This is interesting. This is like a very interesting matchup, I have to say. Like, I'm actually really excited to see how this match is going to be. This is like a stacked match. This is going to be a good one. Really good tank player, too.
We're in mecha base here, so we're going to see some rushdowns for both teams.
Okay, so, chat, you're probably wondering why you're not seeing a Farah comp right now. Or, like, if they even do run the Farah comp. I'm going to be honest with you.
Way more consistent.
This map specifically, Control Center, does not play into the favor of like a Farah comp. It just doesn't. Like, you could maybe like argue go on the outside of the map, but like really good teams are going to take advantage of that and just isolate the backline 5v3.
But you run into people, and if
this comp is essentially designed to be really aggressive, and you're like, well, wait a second. If they're going to play this map and this comp, why aren't they having Cloudy in? Because Vistola is a really good D.Va player, a really good, like, the heroes that need to be played during other, that need to be played during, like, Garden and Night Market will play into that favor, right? That's why. Like, Cloudy on this map would absolutely dominate. And possibly a Night Market, but I think they're more comfortable with running this comp because they know they might have to run a D.Va comp. As I say that, they already switched to Farah Mercy. And that's because Vistola's on. So the reason why they're doing this is because Vistola's on Ramatra. So now that Vistola's on Ramatra, they're going to be able to kind of grind them down a little bit here with their damage, and then Vistola might switch to D.Va. And then you're going to get that switch, right?
And so far, the Farah changeup working out well for Saudi Arabia.
Electra, thanks for the finish prompt, Breezer, thank you.
Can shoot far right now.
They saw that they were going. Yeah, look at Vistola's swap, by the way, chat.
Maybe do something. Actually, like the Moira is one of the biggest threats.
You see what I'm talking about?
Getting the suck and then
right away, there wasn't even a second thought about that. They had to make that switch. Actually, Reaper might swap too, to like Tracer or like Genji.
And Saudi Arabia going to the bread and butter right here.
And we got swaps. We got a lot of swaps.
See?
Well, you have to. You can't run.
And you have to have the Moira because you need to be able to fade out.
Do anything against the Farah. I mean,
I saw that happening right away. There was no way that they were going to be able to play that, and like, it's just you can't. And right when Saudi Arabia saw that comp, they immediately went to spawn and swap because now their comp, they've kind of forced them into the comp they want to.
Currently, getting planned for right now, going off to the side.
The Tracer's really good against that.
Because there's a lot of pressure going. Yeah, we don't want to get hit by that. Meanwhile, Yazan over the top.
This is one of those team fights, by the way, that in theory Finland should lose this team fight because they had to make so many hero swaps.
Yeah, and almost the biggest.
But now if you're in like Finland's team comms, you're actually pretty happy with that team fight because you basically reset the ult pools. So if you look at like, oh, pause.
Absolutely none.
Why they pause the match? Usually someone lags out, a DC, something like that.
This is like, how do you prep for them? No one runs if they're running. Like, what's going on here?
All right.
So they did have an edge.
Here we
are back in game. Our 5th pause of the day is over.
In the same breath, though, like you have
look at Finland. Finland is going to go to the point. Like I said, look what the Farah Mercy's playing on the outside of the map. We talked about that. That's where you play as Farah Mercy. There's no other place to play outside of being aggressive on their backline. What they want to do is they want to try to take that side away of the map, but they're not going to be able to because Saudi Arabia is going to kind of defend that side of the map, which it comes down to basically Finland has to find whoever's on the low ground and take that out. But if Yubi's getting, two picks right away, Finland has to just regroup. Finland just has to regroup.
It's easy to forget that Finland started off with the advantage here, Hex, because Saudi Arabia
what do they have here?
take the round away, and I don't even know if Finland has enough time for a good push here. But
they have time. They have time for a good push. D.Va can tap point. D.Va can just tap the point a couple times. Like they're okay with that.
The D.Va's going to be able to get onto the point and touch, but I mean,
D.Va's going to keep tapping the point. Finland's going to be somewhat patient.
You kind of want to hit
no!
Nice eat.
Oh, this ult is going to be
hanging on to barrage.
Nope. I don't think they're going to. I don't think Yazan's going to barrage. There's no point. Just save your ultimates. There's no point to save that.
The Mercy in Finland, you know, it wasn't the cleanest opening, but they make it work.
What a good play.
Still in it.
Let me see what Finland has.
99, but no more margin for error and.
Okay, here's what has to happen. Vistola needs to take a little bit of damage. Moira needs to build ultimate. They need to be aggressive with their Moira ultimate or try to counter Moira ultimate. They need Moira ult in time. If they don't get this in time, it's going to be over for Finland on this first map. Have to build Moira ult. They just take a little bit of damage. Just slightly. Get Moira ult. Either be aggressive with Moira ult or play defensive on the ultimate. I think they're going to be aggressive.
The Farah is just, I mean, the power.
Hey chat, what are they doing?
So immense.
Being aggressive with Moira ult. Problem? This is the problem. If they disengage that perfectly, good luck.
S2 coming in for the back of the barrage again, well timed.
That, just so chat knows, that in my opinion was the correct play by Finland.
Untold miracle for Finland.
Moss is going to try to make him work for it.
That was a correct play by Finland.
You gotta drop the beat,
That was
but
really the only play
no,
you could do there because your
you have
ultimates were so
agency
far away that
there.
like you
The
could
queue's
try to
almost
delay,
for you.
but what ends up
So,
happening is you have to play so
alive,
defensive, and
stalling
like
on
Finland can
point.
still
Saudi
get back in
Arabia right
time.
now,
And as you can
just
see,
play clean.
Finland is still touching point.
What's
Now,
your
does
number
Finland win
advantage?
this? I don't know. Maybe
Moss
this
goes
is a good
down.
Diva ult. I
Saudi
guess they'll
Arabia
probably
making
disengage it and they can
low
counter with
for
Diva ult. I mean,
Finland,
hey,
making this wake
gotta
up
pick on the
Super
Ana.
Jet goes down. Finland back onto the point.
The timing on the
Then
ult!
they get Mixi.
Oh, they can't
Bomb
touch.
Gets KSA, but no.
But see what I mean, though? Like, Finland made the correct play there, in my
The
opinion.
camera going back and forth, that was close to the end, but good effort from Finland. Saudi Arabia,
I think Finland made a really good
key
play on
moment
that.
there, Hex, the Pharah swap.
It's just like, sometimes
absolutely.
when you
And
have the
I
ult
think
advantage like that, or you
kinda
have
had
a
to
play that you can
bank
come
on it,
back
but
with,
then
that's
also,
generally
I
what
mean,
will
Finland
happen.
coming out the ultra rush
In my
and just
opinion.
getting the better of it, like it's, you know, Saudi Arabia's just like, oh, okay.
But now remember what I talked about with like what teams are going to
play?
play? These
So it
next two
makes a
maps,
ton
in
of
my
sense.
opinion.
Also,
Oh,
Yubi
pause time.
had a really nice play there.
Okay, let me take a look at like both the team comps here.
Check out the new show on Yubi.
Okay, Finland.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was,
this is
like, one
exactly
really
what we
overfunded
expected.
Hollywood
You have a
production
Stola for
that,
Diva
like,
on this map.
died.
Finland runs more of a ground-based comp. Saudi Arabia
Yeah, I
runs the
remember
outside
talking
comp,
about
where
this,
they're going to
promote
basically take
things
map
that
control
actually exist.
and
I was
take
just
the outside of the
making a fun
map.
pause joke.
Pharaoh
No,
will
it doesn't
play on
make
the
sense.
outside the whole time. Torb is there just to be
So we
Torb.
do
Like,
have
Torb is just going to
the
basically
Pharah
drop their
versus
Torb turret down,
interesting
so that way if they
Yubi
ever
can
dive
run
them,
the,
it's more of a defensive comp. And they're going to give them as much
here.
map control as possible. And then
Finland
eventually they're going to
is
be able to
going
retake
try
this, and then it's
have
going to
an
be really
answer
hard for
this. I mean,
Finland to
putting
retake.
Sauna on the cast
Finland does
seems
have
like
the
best
advantage
option.
of being
Maybe
able to
this
play
doesn't work
close
out,
on
maybe go
point,
for an
but at that
Ashe
point,
as
Finland's
well.
just going to get spammed out. And
But
this is
also
what
the-
they're
the
playing.
cast
This is their
can be
whole
really
play
good,
style. The
too,
Torb plays there
if,
defensively.
Yazan overplays it. The new nade can be
This is
really
what they're
good
going to
at
do.
knocking
I wouldn't
forward
even doubt it if
versus
Finland's able to grab the point
I
for
mean,
a second
also
here.
going to is,
Like,
you
like
have to look at the story.
Saudi Arabia's
Anytime
okay with
you're running
basically.
Pharah, like, Diva
How do I
is
explain
a
this?
huge
They're
part of
they're going to be okay with
neutralizing
giving them like
both
20,
teams right now.
30% if they have to be able to win off of their ultimates and eventually go in. Like, they're going to be okay with that.
Has to come out and still know if the Stone's going to go away, but as they say that, Sana able to find
Even
Yubi.
then, you get the res.
However,
Yeah.
Finland down the BAP. Yubi gets rezzed back
Yeah.
on up, and Yazan takes
See, and
down
Finland
Sana
recognizes
on the
that.
other
Like,
end. Saudi
their
Arabia
option is to basically get
well on their
20%
way
again
to getting
or
this
go
first
build
round.
ultimates. That was
You
basically
love
their
it.
option.
Even though Yazan goes down, still love the directs.
That was their
Yubi
option.
with the tactical getting headshot there too, like just kind of took that
Yeah.
bullet so that Yazan could live behind
The
him.
Torb is there to
I mean,
basically be.
Torb just using his head as a shield.
What
I've
is-
just
okay,
always
so
said it with Torb.
you
against,
talk
like,
about
the
what's gonna
pass.
do.
You're
What
just a
what is
head on
when you
legs.
go
It's
for the
just such a
comp that's
giant
being ran
box.
right now? Who do you
Finland's
dive?
going to come back in here. They're going to be able to have an amplification
Basically,
matrix, so
you
if they
can't really
make
get the
a
Mercy
position, they
right
can
now.
kinda
Mercy's
set
going to
it
play
up, and
far
that
outside the
should
map.
Push back
You can't
the
get
Pharah.
the
So
Pharah
actually
or the
really
Kiriko because
no
of cooldown,
fight
so you have to
on
go
the
for the
point even,
Torb
and
or the
they're
Junker
just gonna
Queen.
walk on.
Junker Queen has
Fighting
Shout.
with the test.
Torb has
Now
the
they drop the
overshield.
window. This is where
They get the
Sana
Torb,
is
right?
kinda
Because that's the only other target you
I
can
dare
get.
you.
But Torb has that survivability.
Yo,
But if you're running the comp with Rez, you have that opportunity. That was a great play. You have to either die the Torb or the Queen. Queen use Shout. Queen disengages. Only other option is Torb.
Finland's
Torb
able
still
to
gets
get the
Rez.
flip no matter how this goes, but yeah, Yubi's
Oh, yeah,
able to get
Torb
Rez
basically
back
becomes
on
an
up.
off tank,
Torb
yeah.
Going for the res tonight. Beat comes in from Finland here. Sana back on.
Oh, huge boop.
Able to boop Yubi off.
Huge
the
boop.
ledge.
Good
Yubi
job
goes
by
red
Masa.
line cooldown. Not coming back after that one. And Finland.
What is time yourself out for 10 minutes?
This is
You
good
need to
play,
time
but as
yourself
they
out for
say
10 minutes.
that, they take one step out of line, they walk into the barrage, and the Pharah has turned up the pressure once more. Saudi Arabia now going for the kill, moving on in as Zizan, and you know, you give the Pharah just one moment and it will rip you
Do you
apart.
see what I mean, by the way,
Such great
with how that's being
movement. That's what
played?
separates Yazan
Like,
from
Saudi
pretty much
Arabia's
every other
okay
Pharah. The
with giving them the
movement is so
point. Like, if people are going,
exceptional.
wow, I can't believe they're giving them the
Just
point,
on his way
that is a
out,
part of
he's
the
gonna go
strategy.
grab that, the Demon
What is going to be a
Diva.
better result for
And
you?
just some of this
Giving up
little stuff
30%
is
or being able
insanity
to stack your ultimates and basically
really
get
well
it to
played.
like
Obviously, Saudi Arabia's never really gonna
85%
have a
if
presence
Finland
on the
even
points
plays this
because you
like
don't wanna
perfectly,
cage
and then
the
you do the
bird
same
that is
thing.
Pharah
And
Mercy
then you have an
inside
ultimate,
there, so you
right?
want to be sitting outside of it.
That's why this map, I said, was going to be so
yeah,
tough for
Finland's
Finland
gonna be
because
able to
Finland
get
cannot
some,
play a
and
team
gonna
comp they're
be
going to
able
want
get
to play.
percentage, and then it's
And
really
don't
up
even
to
get me
Saudi
wrong,
Arabia to
Bristol is
pick
an
spots and find
amazing
plays.
diva and is playing
It's
diva very
X23.
well,
Do
but
not
the
cage
comp and the way the
bird.
map plays
Here
does
he
not go
goes.
into the favor of like how
Doesn't
Finland wants to
like
play
the
this.
read of things. Got back on
You just
that.
can't.
Not quite
You spend
yet.
more time just trying to like go around the
Still
map.
continually
Although here we go
pressure.
again. Remember when I talked about the target calling?
KSA's got
Junker
the
Queen.
KSA's
Low.
got
Oh, that's
so
huge.
low.
Wait.
EMP comes out. It's Hawk.
Wait, what?
End though. Finishes off Sana.
That didn't
KSA
EMP
falls
the
for
Kiriko?
Still winnable here from Finland. Vistola very, very healthy, on point.
How?
Definitely a presence advantage. One tank versus none.
The cleanse?
Able to recap, and at least for now, force
in the
Saudi
middle of the
Arabia out,
air?
but, you know, Hex, be careful when you walk outside the point. While
The
fire's
Kiriko was falling off the map.
Yeah, it can be really tricky. Saudi Arabia.
That must have been perfect timing.
Go back to this Torb. I don't think the Torb is.
No, I know TP has cleanse, but like I'm saying, it looks like that was a good timing.
more than anything else. But a little bit interesting.
I'm gonna be honest
ultimates
with you
on
here.
either side here.
Finland actually has. Finland is actually happy right now.
Yeah,
They control the backside of the
That
point.
had to be Cloud just.
Finland
coming in
actually
from
did
a
the
good
one thing
angle.
that like they
Yeah,
want to
even
do
stuff
here.
like
They
that
control
early
the
build for
backside of the
Cloud
point.
delays Saudi Arabia a little bit.
It makes it a little bit more
Zan
difficult.
onto the point, looking for Vistola, rocket after rocket here so far, going around the side. Moira in his sights. Oh, gets the Moira
no!
on top of it. Gets Sana. This is ridiculous
no!
fire play. Makes it a 3-piece at the very end.
The one
and
thing
that's exactly what
that
Saudi
couldn't
Arabia needed
happen.
to get back onto the point.
Yeah, gonna be some stall here from Masa.
Okay.
So it's gonna be one fight away from Finland, but it's gonna be
There's a
final
strat
fight. And
that Finland
before
could
we
try
move on
here,
too much and give
and I think they
Yazan too
might.
much credit. Let's give Haku some credit too here.
They might
And it really,
rush into
like, the thing
point,
that
try to
stood
bait
to
out
me
the
is
ultimate, and
Silverjet
then
should
pop
have been
beat,
dead.
or they might
They get
aggressive
hacked,
beat.
And a lot of mercies will
Let
have
Sana
tunnel
go for an
vision
initial
just
pick
on-
here
on
and see
the
if
far
like
end
Sana
around
can
their
get like
own
an
movement.
initial pulse
To be able to
bomb.
peel and
If
heal up
not, you have to
Silverjet
be
is
aggressive
so
with beat.
incredibly critical. So some glory to the mercy. Doesn't get a lot of it in these compositions.
Sana coming in from
they're
the flank,
disengaging it.
deals with the turret first. Pulse bomb ready to go.
That's exactly what I was saying. They have to play aggressive and try to bait it on
Onto the
them.
barrage,
They
under
did.
Pressure here on the back. Looking
Now
for
they
Cloud,
counter with
forces out
beat.
the
There you go.
recall.
Now,
Barrage,
Stola has to pay
Pulse bomb
attention to the
comes out.
Farah ultimate.
Nothing but turret. Not quite what he's
Oh,
looking
no.
for. Wanted to get the
Yeah.
torp instead.
Oh,
Meanwhile, rocket after rocket, Vistola gonna get
I like that out. I like that out. I like that out. I like that out.
Bomb, but still gone.
Oh, booped off the
Zan
map.
Make sure it is permanent. EMP hits.
Masa with
Force.
two!
There, Masa gets 2. Finland.
They
making
know
the
this
most
Farah.
out of
They
that
know. Oh no!
EMP. Masa going
Wait a
back.
second.
Here's
The
Masa
point.
dead.
Oh, they're on. They're on in time.
To finish things out, gets rid
This
of
is so
Moira.
close, but look at the
It's
heroes on
getting
points. A
real
Lucio and a
scrappy
Tracer.
here on the point here. Hex
And like,
91 to 99.
there's a Queen.
Sunny
Oh, the hack!
Trying
I
to
actually
finish
think
up.
Finland
Tracer
gets
gonna
this
fall.
team fight.
Reinforcements from Finland coming in strong.
Yasan has to
Masa
back
killing
away to
mercy,
get
there's
go back to the
absolutely
point.
enormous. It is
There's no
critical,
ultimates on
and
either
now Saudi
team.
Arabia
What a
has their
play.
backs up against
That
it.
was such a good play by
Let's
Masa.
switch
They're
briefly
gonna be able to
the
touch point, I think,
Moira.
unless wait, the
How
Torp
they
can't
go back
touch.
to the mercy.
Okay.
You have to wonder if the
Good
Moira
job
would have
there.
been
Okay,
better,
Farah's
but just in
gonna-
this desperation mode. Looks like Finland's gonna pick this
That
up.
was
Yeah, I mean,
such a
Saudi
good
Arabia
play.
needs a miracle to bring this back. Already down 2.
That's exactly what had to happen.
Vistola coming in here from KSA. Vistola having none of it.
I think Finland gets this map.
Gonna be forcing
This round,
KSA
that is.
out. Haku goes down, and this is all Finland's to lose in the round.
What a
They take
play!
it, and they
It's
force
exactly
a
what we were
round
talking
three, a
about.
second
Because
round
here's what has to
three in a
happen.
row
You
on
have to go in to
control,
bait out the
and,
ultimate. If
you
they
know,
lead
we
in
do
with
today
beat,
have the
then they're going to wait a
potential for
second. They're going to
close games
disengage
here,
out,
Hexen.
even give Finland the
Again,
point, and reaggress.
Yeah,
Instead, they rushed in.
This
Kiriko
Finland team, I
ulted.
mentioned it
They
about
back
the storm
away.
too, but
Nobody dies on their
also,
team,
I
right?
remember looking back in Alba,
Nobody
and
dies
Masa
on the
was just
team
this quiet
at all.
storm where's Masa?
They
Where's Masa?
reaggressing with
Because
beat.
Lucio,
They
right?
know
You
that
keep
there's
pronouncing
Farah ultimate, so
Masa's name,
what they
fine.
do is they
Like,
say,
okay,
listen,
good, that's
we
good.
know there's
But then all of
Farah
a sudden,
ult.
just like
We
3
have
deaths.
to
I don't
engage
know.
in and make an
It's
aggressive
crazy
play
'cause
and
he's
force
one
them
of
off
the
the
most
point.
unassuming
They
people I've
force
ever
him
met
off
in
the
my life,
point.
one of the nicest guys.
Ends up being a
And just
great play
the
by
bloodthirsty Lucio is absolute insanity.
a great
Good
play.
there. He was able to get the mercy. And I
What's it
think,
called? By booping
you
them
know,
off the map with
obviously it's a
Farah,
valid
right?
strat that
Like Zan made a
Finland's,
great play.
Everyone knows, but
And then
focus on
Masa
getting the
came
mercy,
back with 2
out of
limbs.
position and then following up on it has been the
And then
difference
they were
in
able to
last
win the
couple
fight.
fights.
Also, my opinion,
Final
this map
point
plays way
here
into
on
the
these
favor
are
of Saudi Arabia.
arguably the strongest for Farah.
I want you
A
to
lot
see
of
how
options
high in the air
for
Farah
Zan
can go.
here in the sky.
The
Turret
only
can go
option for
immediately,
Finland
and
is to
Sana just
aggress
feels like
on
Turret
somebody.
we have
But
to
look
time
how
it
high up
again.
Farah can be.
Masa just catches a
I want you to
rocket.
see this skybox
The
is
hardest
so
type
good
of
for
rain
Farah.
Possible. Definitely not hail. And just like that, Hex, it's going to be a very quick capture by Saudi Arabia. You can't come back.
This
from
is
it.
like one of the best Farah maps in the game,
No,
in my
and
opinion.
This should be a cleanup onto the cast over here. Actually, some nice peel to keep Sana
That
alive.
peel's not going to matter.
But only for the moment. Only for the moment.
Yeah.
This is tough. This is, right now, this is Yazan's playground.
Yep.
So much room to work with. The best advantage Afar could hope for in terms of, like, sight lines to area mobility. And
You know what my
Finland,
take is here?
They need an answer.
And this is the only thing that I really think Finland can do. And I think they're going to be doing this. You have to get to the point, and you have to hope that somehow, some way, you can kind of hide around the map and get an early pick on somebody out of position. Because otherwise, like, what else can you do? You can't go on the outside of the map. Farah has too much LOS. Yeah, this is it.
Watch your feet.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You have to
that
go to the
is
point.
Closer than Finland would have liked. We do have the window coming down here from Finland. Immortality Field used. Is on right now. Looking for Masa. Takes him down the window.
A bit aggressive by Masa.
Incredibly unsafe.
Nice
not
pick, though.
missing though. Sana though
got the point.
gets the equalizer.
Wait, the hinder.
Sana's gonna be able to res that. That's the number one thing. It's like
Wait, the
number
Torb!
two,
Wait a
deny
second.
the
This is exactly what they did, by the way.
Deal with the Torb.
They
Torb
took the
gave his
point.
life. So far,
They managed to get a pick.
Comes in from the back.
They baited out an
Finds
ultimate in a
secure,
second.
though, and
Farah
finishes
might
all
go
the
with
chaos
ult, but I don't
X
think
does
so.
control the
Wait, the
point.
queen ult. Now you
Yeah,
might
I've
see
been telling
multiple
you
ults
that
used
Twitch
by
is
Saudi Arabia.
Using the head as the shield. It's happened twice now.
I mean,
Let me see who's alive here.
KSA,
No,
they got a
they did exactly what you were supposed to do, by the
I
way.
think was a little bit questionable.
You literally go to
wonder if
point,
there's gonna be a switch.
and you know it's going to be a
No, it's not
5v3 on
happen.
point, and you have to just
It is
get an
one of the ults
advantage
that you
there.
can clutch
Huge
back a
EMP.
fight enormously. That's brutal, though.
Ooh.
Double EMP.
This is tough, though.
Oh, again.
Yeah,
Yazan
I wouldn't even-
comes over, gets two.
I was gonna say, I
before
probably
the
wouldn't
Barrage.
even
The
Diva
Barrage
ult that.
adds on pressure that
As I
gives
say
us-
that, they get the
Whoa,
Mercy with
a
the Diva
gift
ult.
from the dev.
Maybe that works.
It's only Haku, though. Taku and a turret.
Yeah.
Not quite as big.
Only reason why I don't Diva
Nothing's
ult
really
it is
left to do
because
with
I
that.
feel like the rocket damage is so good
Yeah,
that that's
and
what
that will mean
happens.
Saudi Arabia
But at the
is
same
going to take
time,
the lead
that's all hindsight,
percentage-wise.
right? Let's be honest, chat. You've seen me play
Finland
enough
can
ranked
come
to know
back
I'm
into
probably
this
Diva
with
ulted
a-
that,
with a
right?
defeat whenever they want.
The best part about spectating this is
got
it's
him.
all hindsight, right?
That time,
Yeah,
gonna
like,
get the back,
I probably
you know,
Diva ult that.
You know, last minute footwork save.
But we got the whole vision here, right?
Sorry, it's early.
No. It's you know what? It's worth.
What do we got here?
Finds Vistola. 70% for Saudi Arabia right now. Finland, they need to reset, or this is going to get away from them fast. They have really just.
What does BAP
one
have
good
here in a
fight
second?
left
Window?
here,
Okay.
Hex, and you know, again, operation number one. Don't. Time
Why are they
these
running
out,
Junker
try
Queen?
and
It's all
get
about
the points.
survivability. Like,
Yeah,
so
I mean, the problem with this pressure too is
let me kind of
it just
explain the
puts
team comp.
So much.
If you have a
onus
Farah
on-
Mercy, right? What does that mean?
Right
Especially
now,
in a
Finland has to worry
really,
about, like, how
really,
do we even
really
get in?
good
How do we
team
get in without
that
losing
leaves you in a
people right now?
5v3.
So everyone's gotta
What are
stay
the
in
two
defense
heroes
matrix,
that are on the
and now
ground?
you're in, but
Torb,
now, you know,
Overshield,
Saudi Arabia
Duggar
knows
Queen,
exactly where
Command
you
and
are,
Shout.
actually
It's
spike
about
you
surviving.
there.
It's not
You're gonna
about
walk into a
getting the
white room,
limbs or
just
going in
taking
there and running
damn
at their
boost
team.
of
It's about
rocks.
surviving.
Well,
Those
it's
two
all or
heroes
nothing.
give you a little bit of
Window comes
survivability.
down.
It's like having like
Not
almost an
lose this
extra
fight
beat
where the map is over.
because you can just
Then
use
on the
that.
outskirts,
What did
and
Finland do?
Finland,
Exactly what we
they put
talked
more
about. You
bodies
take
on
the
the
map.
map. They got
Saudi
more.
Arabia's
Saudi
okay with this
Arabia
because they
has
want to spam
percentage
in.
to burn.
Finland needs to buy
But
as much time
this
as they
is
possibly
okay.
can here
Just
and hope that they can lead in with a high noon. If they don't lead in with a high noon here, actually, okay, good hack on the Mercy. That's a good play. They're going to lead in with a high noon soon. Farah does have an ultimate, though. But Vistola, yeah, there's the high noon.
It's once more up to the Farah to try and bring things
Yep.
back, but
They're going to back away. It's going to come down to last team fight. Saudi
Saudi
Arabia has good ults, though. It comes down to this. If Cloud can get a good EMP, and they can get an early
I'm
pick,
pretty sure
then
they're
Finland can
running
win
the Torb
this.
just to throw more angles at it, right? So the carry is obviously this Farah Mercy combo, and so Torb can throw two different angles, be a distraction, just put down a little extra
They need
damage
EMP.
here and
They're
there.
playing
so a
free
team
EMP.
can't just full focus on this.
They're playing free EMP. There's nothing else they can do.
Used by Saudi Arabia. This
This
the
is
time
an
to make something
interesting
happen.
disengage.
Zen looking for shots.
Because
Wait,
Saudi
here
Arabia's
just
gonna probably
high
flip
risk,
the
high
point.
reward flank
Uh-oh.
here into the building. Ground Farah trying to get the
Wait a
back.
second, though.
No!
They got the pick on
Haku
Mercy.
ends up dying.
Wait a
Sana's
second.
able to grab him with the grenade. Here comes Yazan to the back. Uses
This is
the
a 3v2.
Pays for
Wait,
it with his
and they got a
life.
good EMP.
Finland
Let's get on the
has just about
Kiriko.
brought this back. Yazan was able
It's
to
onto the
find it
Tracer.
for such a long time.
They have a Sombra that can hack the
Completely
Tracer.
house on the point.
The Tracer doesn't have any
Ball
cooldowns.
reserve if needed. 99 to 99.
Lucio.
And Saudi Arabia may be falling here on map one. It's been close.
I don't know,
They
this is
lost
close.
Control and the Finns
I
are
think
nearly
Diva
there.
can maybe get back to the
They
point.
lost
The-
control, and it seemed like Yazan just got a little bit impatient going for that flank on the right-hand side. Was never able to get value, and what it
Oh
ended
my,
up doing was
Finland
leaving
took that.
Haku in a really
Finland
bad
took the
spot,
first
and they
map.
picked off Haku over there, so
There's
the
no
high risk, high
way.
reward of coming down over the top of the shelter.
There is no way that
if
Finland
you
took that
saw,
first map.
You know, I'm getting up
If
there in years,
Finland
but luckily my
loses
hair's
this
still
map,
sticking
I
around,
wouldn't
so if
doubt
shit
it
my
if
head
you
could
see
come
Finland
back.
try to go to
Although
like
it's
a
not
rush-based
necessarily a
map.
gamble I want them
What
to.
that map would be, I don't know. Maybe like a King's
Maybe
Row.
I'll
Although Farah can
shave my
dominate on second point
sideburns
King's
or
Row.
something. Or shave
I don't
nothing
know what
but
like the
the
really good
sideburns
rush
and
maps
pull
are
off,
right
like,
now,
the
and then you see
Wolverine
Cloudy
look.
playing a rush map.
Yeah, I mean,
They
honestly,
kind of turn the
Wolverine
strategy
could,
around because
you know,
I think
especially if you ever
Saudi
consider
Arabia is
just
still really
living
confident
out
in their
the
play
forest
style here.
one of these
So-
Oh,
days.
dude, that is my dream, actually. All right, we're back in a game here, and instead of a Farah, we are going to see an Echo.
All right, here we
Makes a ton
go.
of sense. Echo on the side of Finland, too, for the
Oh, the third map has to be. Oh, does it have to be pushed for the third map?
Yeah,
Oh
like
no.
I said, Quartz coming in, no surprise. Quartz a very
Okay, my bad on
very
that one then.
talented damage player.
Yep.
There it is.
Now, as you look, remember the strat we mentioned? They go coast, right? You take coast control, you play on the outside of the map. It looks like Finland's strategy was actually to counter the coast comp because they saw that coming.
Gives his life for it, but
Vistola's is going to get out. They're going to play defensive for a second. They're going to try to buy buy as much time as they can. And obviously, Saudi Arabia knows that and is going to be really aggressive. So what needs to happen now is Finland needs to back up, give them like a tick or two, and then try to retake last second. But that's exactly why you're going to see Saudi Arabia play aggressive, because they know they want to back up for that retake.
No,
it's not going to go well. I wouldn't even doubt it. Yeah, Finland's giving this up. I mean, they might try to fly there with D.Va, but I just don't think they can go anywhere because the comp they're running is a little bit more static in the sense of like Ana needs to play back and can't run.
Emongg tie for away the fun content. Keep it up, bro, and enjoy the World Cup. I know I am.
So Finland's going to go this Tracer Sombra.
Smoking Dragon, thanks for the 4 months of tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it.
Usually we saw like Tracer Sombra with a Winston.
Yeah, early cap.
But I guess Vistola.
They're already off of that comp. They don't want to play. They don't want to mirror. Like they like the idea of going Echo there initially to maybe dive them on the side, especially if they're running the Farah comp, but they're not going to want to mirror them. It's going to play too much into the playstyle. They want to play their own style.
Thanks. That's enough for me.
Is that my cursor on the screen? Got you. Good call.
Pay some dividends. Clearly going to be looking for Quartz a little bit more. Quartz, meanwhile, 3 shots onto the Ana. 1 head would have ended it there. Now, though, coming in from the side, taking away.
This is tough so far.
Here. Just forcing Finland back into the street as
they're getting staggered really hard.
Maybe gets up, but no. KSA just finishes that.
I wouldn't even doubt it if Finland does not hold second for long here.
Yeah, some people do not like that fact about Numbani.
Hey, buddy.
If you get A rather well and there's a decent setup, you're probably
I can't really adjust it that much, to be honest with you. The in-game volume is pretty low.
There's going to be a contest from Finland. Finland needs to stay alive long enough to get this EMP out.
Sana has a hit on him from basically everyone in Saudi Arabia. Sana just going down first every fight right now. Got hit by a
really good job, by the way. An early pick on the Ashe.
Quartz, but Majed is just going wild.
Vistola's going to ult. That ult is worth it.
Making its presence known as Saudi Arabia just pushes forward.
I don't mind that ultimate. I think there was still enough of like a numbers advantage to go for that, especially with the early pick.
This is a slaughter.
This map's holdable in third.
As I mentioned in the opening, no one doubts Sir Majed's mechanics. One of the most mechanically gifted flex DPS that I think I've ever seen. Just
very
as far
good.
as aim goes. Just some of the best aim on both the Zenyatta and obviously the Kiriko now too.
How does the Ashe play into that? This is more long range.
Really well
right?
played.
This map plays a little bit more long range now. Those maps are a little bit closer range on cost maps.
Maybe they're
going to
come back in and try to use this EMP
so,
to get something
I wouldn't even doubt it that at some point you see the actually
out the Sombra here a little bit.
Is that a different player?
KSA's in trouble.
Subbed in on this map? I can't remember.
Through is going to be there, and Saudi Arabia.
They lived through it.
Yeah, they're able to back out.
I was
AFK.
AFK. I can't remember.
Fall through from Finland wasn't there. I don't think
it is. Yeah, for UV, right? So like, I think more than likely they like this more like sniper-based comp. So when Quartz comes in, you can play a little bit more better. And yeah, like Bob and like Ashe in general can be good in this map. I will say, third point becomes a little bit more difficult here with that like the comp they're running.
From Finland.
So don't be surprised to see Finland gain at least a couple minutes on third point right here. And if you look at like the ult charge in Saudi Arabia right now, they're not really close to getting an ult. So Finland probably has 1, maybe 2 fights before Saudi Arabia starts to have a bit of an ult advantage because they're going to have to use an ultimate to win this unless they get an early pick. And if you look at Finland's comp right now, it's not really like an early pick type of team unless the Sombra gets a really good hack combo by the Cassidy. So what they're probably going to do is they're probably going to start with a window or maybe start with a high noon, one of the two. Obviously that's pretty obvious because that's the only two ults they have. The window makes the most sense to start in the back.
These EMPs for Finland.
Okay, I knew it's fine.
Way to go once more. Zan holding on.
Window in like 2 seconds, otherwise they're going to be too aggressive. They're going to lose map control.
Both teams. Cloud goes down. Immortality field. Not enough to save them. He walked out of it. Vistola
they lost map control. Honestly, that's a good pick. I mean, Mercy's going to res unless you get the boop.
Enough. Saudi Arabia.
Oh, no! How that boop worked! No! I saw that boop!
Finland, they just got poked down so hard at the start of the fight.
I saw that boop!
Much of a fight. 3 minutes left to go, and this one could be over already on the attack.
Yeah, Cloud is going to try to stay alive and get a miracle EMP, but that is not going to happen. This should be a close.
So what ended up happening there was Finland waited a little bit too long.
Edge there right before the
a little bit too long on that play. That initial first play, at least that's how I see that.
And every time they did kill
and then basically,
it was
it was recognized by Saudi Arabia that they were playing really far back. So they took the aggressive approach, and then they built their ultimates as they did that. And then there was nothing Finland could do. They lost too much map control, and they kind of forced into like this almost like. How do I explain it? Almost like this box, right? It's kind of like they got zoned out to exactly where they want it to go, and unless the Cassidy hits like a 2-shot on somebody right away with the window, it's really hard to be able to win from that point of view.
After a rough defense.
Like I said, for Finland, I think the best thing they can probably do right now is just keep playing the way they were playing and hope that they can get above 1 second on the clock. Darth Carrot, thanks for the Finish Prime stuff. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Like, okay, they have like a minute 30 left. It just gets so hard to get through the rest of Numbani and get through point C.
I can turn the volume down a slight tad.
Yeah. And also, I mean, this
Like, I can get closer to the mic, too. I'm trying, chat. Like trying to get the sound volumes correct on everything is really difficult when I don't have control over the actual volume.
It's almost impossible.
Like, I'm on 15% volume right now, right?
Constantly as a team, you know, for Finland. So obviously Saudi Arabia is going to have the
yes, split screen. I do, but like the way that prime subs work is basically prime subs you have to remember to re-up them every month, and then like the other one is usually like on like it repeats, so you can decide to like re-up it or not. Every month, or like
super surprising here, but remember Finland.
That's the difference.
One map up, you know, if they're able to do something here on Numbani, then they just close out the set and take a commanding lead.
You said a volume normalization plugin for OBS, but like, how would I get that to even like? I can't control the in-game volume that's currently in game right now.
A little bit better persona here on the Echo. Right now, still alive, so definitely a little bit better for the beginning. Where
wait, did they just turn the casters down?
They kind of got him in a weird spot, but that was big.
Yeah, that was huge. And while that went on, Quartz was able to find Cloud on the other end as well. So early on, Finland struggling to get.
I think ZP's mic got turned down, but Hex's is still loud.
It was such a critical hit there to back off the opposing Echo because Finland had them set up in a really nice like kind of pincer. They had them back in the corner, and it looked like the Sombra was about to set up a dive. The Sombra was in that back corner, and they were about to go in, but the sticky bombs kind of create that pressure release valve that pushes Finland back.
Oh, that makes sense, Dean. Okay, I understand that a little bit more of what you're saying then. Slushy Oranges, thanks for that, Surprise. Thank you. Okay, so people are saying, like, why is Finland running, like, an Echo comp here? It's Numbani. You have to, unfortunately, especially when you, like, not unfortunately, like, it's like, fortunately and unfortunately. If you win the first map, the other team has a map choice, right? So, sometimes there's maps that really play well into these flyer comps, and you're pretty much just forced to have to play into that mirror, even though you don't want to, until you get to third point. Maybe second point, you can argue that, but first point, you almost have to mirror their comp or, like, run a very similar comp, because it's just, that's how the map plays. If you try to just go Reinhardt and get to them over and over again, it's not going to happen.
They might get this chase.
It just ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, Quartz is out in the open, gets chased.
Right-click Randy. Oh, I'm not surprised. I'm gonna play some right-click Randy on stream.
They get the resurrection here.
One thing I want to say so far about this matchup, both teams have been playing so well. It is so exciting to see like these really close matchups.
Yeah,
like it is really cool, and I'm really looking forward to more of these World Cup matches. I didn't know what to expect, but I forgot how exciting World Cup could be.
They don't want to really go through that.
Bro, thanks for the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it.
Up anyway, so you want to kind of rotate around and just be playing back here. So there's no retreating. Once you lose point A,
is Cloud a Sombra main? Nope. I think Cloud plays Sombra so you can hack the Mercy. Or maybe even the Echo. Basically, you want to hack the Mercy, though. And Mercy becomes an easier target. If you look, Saudi Arabia is actually on a very similar comp. Like, that's pretty much what you have to do. And look what they did. They literally EMP'd the Mercy and then just dove the Mercy. That's pretty much what you're doing now. Because, like, even if they dove the Ana and committed all their resources to kill the Ana, and then they had to back away because their HP's low on that, Masa just reses the Ana, right? The only hero that you can logically dive in this comp is probably going to be the Mercy. And that's also why Finland is now switching. Remember we said we could argue how second point you could switch up your comp? That's why they switched up your comp.
For Saudi Arabia to consider that.
Abby, thanks for the future prize. Thank you, appreciate it.
Also, it's like, given how mobile this is, you don't
I'll be live for a while, Spy.
have the area where like a defense just gets run over on second that you often see. And KSA has to be careful. KSA eats a lot of poke early in these engagements, and Pistol oftentimes would use it.
Is their game look lagging? They might actually be lagging.
Saudi Arabia now. The initiative. KSA gang low, gonna have to self-destruct, try and stay alive here. Sana though finishes him off. Finland still very, very healthy. Hack goes on the Pistol and asleep. Saudi Arabia trying to return the favor.
That's certainly interesting. I don't know how to commentate what we're watching there.
Finland just taking advantage on the corners, and this
no, it's laggy in general
for Finland. Don't really expect more delay to be coming out here.
It's definitely lagging considering the cart's lagging.
Along there.
Quite literally on our screen.
Yeah, that was weird. No, this come pressure back in.
Really?
Big EMP.
This is
I
very
think
high
this
risk.
is. Oh yeah, this is
reward,
really
right now,
good to watch right
like
here, chat. Look at this.
Risk.
Oh yeah. For everybody watching this right now on Twitch, or if you're rewatching the VOD on YouTube, this is not you lagging. This is the in-game lagging.
Yeah, so use it, see if something happens, and see where it goes.
I just want you to know.
Yeah, I mean, I think going over to the Ashe is better so far. I mean, I kind of have a whole dissertation on Sombras in Overwatch and the Overwatch League and Overwatch World Cup itself, but so far the Sombra.
I don't think they're lagging in game. I have a feeling we would see the pause already happening if there was lag in game. This must be in, like, spectating? Maybe the person, like, spectating's lagging? Holy crap, this is amazing. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna... One second, let me...
That's it, and...
Here we go.
From what we're seeing right now, I think...
Oh, this is great. Oh, what a treat this is for all of us.
We know the players are good, because they would pause at the briefest moments here. Just so we're clear, I don't think the players are seeing a little bit of this.
Yeah, ZP just said that. Like, I don't think the players are lagging.
Just now. But yeah, I don't think the players would put up with that.
Quartz.
So right now, what Finland wants to do, by the way, sorry, get back into the commentary a little bit more. They pretty much have to try to take away that right side of the map and dive it, and that's why they're running the Ash comp, right? Because Ash can sit in the back just zoomed in.
I don't believe Quartz lived there.
Unfortunately,
no, I mean,
unfortunately, it becomes a more difficult dive in this map. So what Finland has to hope they can do, and I think they can.
Really good at peeling.
I think what Finland's going to do is be really aggro
so right now,
with Nano, probably on the D.Va here. And you go, why Nano the D.Va? Like, why not the Cass? Because it gives the D.Va survivability, and it has something that they have to worry about. And if they don't peel for the D.Va, if they don't peel for the D.Va, then D.Va will end up dominating. And as you can see, you see a Nano D.Va in the backline. Because what happened? They Nano D.Va.
Off here in the back. I mean, I think a lot set up by Sana and Vistola, but
if you leave a Nano D.Va on their own, D.Va will pop off. Yeah, you can Nano the Cass, maybe hit a couple shots, but what's going to be more difficult? What's going to be difficult for Saudi Arabia at that point? Yeah, we got a good game here. We got a good game here.
We got ourselves a match here in Numbani. Extra rounds.
Yeah, it's only a minute finish, and you know, Cloud, I was right. Didn't get a great EMP. Got individual hacks and completely wrecked the team. But I was right.
We got a good game going here.
Really nice play from Cloud and Sana to clean up that towards the end. And Finland now, they're only a minute down. That means almost nothing.
Why is the stream on 15 FPS?
That's like half a frame.
Yes.
So
well, no map in the game I feel like is more notorious, aside from maybe sometimes Gibraltar, for the it's overtime. Who cares? We're just gonna stay on the cart forever and ever. And at times it can actually sabotage teams because of how overtime spawns work on point C, where you don't get a great point C defense because you die trying to stop point B, and then it can all go down.
Did a spectator crash? Yeah, they probably had to switch there, whoever was spectating. They probably having the internet issues.
So really, for both of these teams, your key win condition here is don't give up point A.
Pretty easy swap there.
Point A for 2 minutes, very, very doable. And you do that, your job of winning on the Bonnie becomes considerably easier.
Let me see. What can...
All right, we'll see.
I'm trying to think what...
If there's any changes here.
Okay. I think the adjustment Saudi Arabia is going to make is they might try to control a little bit more up front now, because both teams have lost the point by just having to disengage early. So I wonder if they'll end up just like playing more aggressive on defense
for this first point,
rather than playing defensively, because they're losing the point. They went cast, so they're not going to play aggressive. No, with cast they're going to just have to back away. Like they can play aggro, but yeah, with cast they play more defensive.
Yeah. I mean, so this is where
they'll probably lose that high ground.
You want to set up on defense, but Vestola's done a good job of just pushing them off.
I was gonna say, if they had a maybe a Genji, a Tracer, a Sombra, they play more aggressive there. But with a cast, like you don't want cast just running at their team. Cast will fall over. Same strat. Great play though. Good DM usage.
The res is gonna be there.
Oh, this is interesting because this D.Va dive is actually really smart. D.Va will get DMEC probably, but like D.Va's basically trying to buy time, gonna go off the map.
Still though, good progress on the point for a potential point AV.
You're like, wait a second, why go off the map there? They got to pick. You don't want to get staggered. You don't want to give an opportunity to like delay even 5 seconds there. That was a good job.
So now
that was a good job.
2 ticks, Finland.
Oh no, did they play? I'm sorry, chat.
I mean, the Nano Sauna is gonna have to be big. I think
I should have checked the timings.
Your win condition. You Nano Sauna gets to their own duplicate. You try to get something from there. But last fight opportunity.
Let chat know it's back to 15 FPS though.
From McG. Just you take a look at that. That was one fight. They only had 2 minutes to begin with here, so.
Let chat know it's back to 15 FPS. It's okay.
They also could drop a Nano onto the Stola here. Be the other option, but no, they're gonna drop on the Sana, as predicted, and now Finland looking to pressure through. Able to deal with Zan immediately, gets rid of the threat.
I want to. Oh wait, the high noon. If they don't get anything with this high noon, this is good for Finland.
No greedy dives. Just saying, you want to get us off the point, you come to us.
That is a really good opportunity. Wait a second.
under pressure.
KSA has ult in
Hacked.
4%.
Is the fall through
Oh,
gonna
DMAC at
Yes, gonna get
98%.
DMAC'd. Finland still looking very, very healthy. Clones the D.Va. The clone D.Va bomb over the top gets 2. And Sana coming alive as Finland.
So chat,
Here
I'm going
we
to talk
go,
to you about
Hex.
something right now.
Overtime
Called overtime
push on the
spawns.
body. You
How does
got
overtime
one.
spawns work?
Well,
You get delayed. That's why you see one less team fight happen usually in overtime, because basically it's really hard to. You just have longer spawns.
None, unless you're like Tracer. or
What does
Sombra,
Finland
you
have
get
going
hooked.
for them right now?
But really, a lot of
EMP.
value there for
What does
the,
Saudi Arabia have going for them
duplicate
right
from
now?
Echo. Early on,
D.Va
in that fight,
ult.
Yazan ended up duplicating.
They're making
a
swaps for a
Mercy
reason
and
here.
Died immediately. It's one of those desperation dupes, like
Sombra
just
Tracer,
try to save your
Ana,
life, extend it a little bit
Brink.
longer. But then Sana with a much bigger
They-
value.
you know what? They're
duplication.
predicting
generally,
this is what they're doing.
Even in Overwatch 1, you
Going
wanted to
Brig
duplicate
makes it so they have
tanks
one more
because
person who
value
can
in
survive on the
ultimate
cart if they
is
D.Va
fun,
ult.
so you
So that
really
way,
wanna
if one person has to get off
D.Va
cart, they have
in
2
these
options.
situations when you can.
Now, whether or not that's their
Necessarily
actual
Mercy like
play,
Yazan had.
it just sounds like a cool play.
Here we
But I
go.
think that's what's happening.
Overtime
Because
progress.
KSA is just going to ult on point.
So KSA just gets focused down immediately.
Yeah.
EMP coming out right after, but it doesn't matter.
It made
The
sense,
bomb
but,
from
like,
KSA after getting
they
focused.
knew that was gonna
Good,
happen.
Finds Masa.
Oh, damn.
Yazan was able to help with getting 2, and
Oh,
I
damn.
don't think Finland will be able to keep this going. It's overtime spawns and a pretty good hold from Saudi Arabia. Not quite the
Heck,
you know,
heck, Evan.
iconic overtime push.
I mean,
of,
that is still a good push by
stop
Finland.
defense tracks.
Like, first of all, when Saudi
No,
Arabia
totally
capped with
fine.
3
Saudi
minutes, I don't think
Arabia's
anybody in the
still,
chat was expecting that this to go to, like, the second round of overtime, 4-3,
It's
with the possibility to win for
I
Finland.
want to keep setting up the stakes.
Now, keep in
because,
mind-
sometimes we glance over it.
Here's
This is
my
round 2
take.
and a first to 2. If Saudi Arabia does not get further than this,
Here's my
they go
take.
down on their own
All right?
map pick. After a
One-
really well thought out control, like
One
you cannot
team fight win by
overstate the
Finland.
value of the stakes in
One.
each one of these
Just
fights,
one
each
team
of
fight
these,
win by
because,
Finland on this brings
again,
us down to the
Group
last
B
team
only
fight
sends
essentially
2
on
people through
if
qualifiers,
Saudi
2
Arabia
teams.
captures the point.
So these
So
are
if
2 of
Finland wins the first team
favorites
fight,
in the group.
If
There's
Finland
some
wins
teams
the
lurking
first
out there.
team fight right
They're
now,
losing your first qualifier
there's going to be
match
about a
on
minute
is
45 left on the
difficult,
clock,
so
which means that
really a
even
lot
if Saudi
on the line
Arabia
here for
caps the
Saudi
point,
Arabia
Finland will probably delay an extra
to not
30
drop
seconds.
their very first
You're
match.
looking at most a minute 15.
You take a look at this, and
At that
you know,
point,
whoever loses
and then
this
it comes down to
match,
last team fight.
They have to now look at Sweden.
Fargon,
and
thanks for
go,
the tier 1. Thank you.
"We must
Appreciate
beat
it.
Sweden, or you're gone. You know, no BlizzCon, no nothing. Like it ends here. So you know,
Here we go.
you want to have that flexibility to potentially lose to Sweden and still get into BlizzCon proper. But
Yeah. Well, that
we go.
said, I mean, given how close our very first match
Still a little
of the
bit
day was
laggy.
between like Turkey and Poland, who knows? I mean, really, we don't know. This is
Yeah,
all
yeah,
speculation. but
Both
I
teams
mean,
are
it's
stacked.
Overwatch World Cup. Anything can
Yeah.
happen.
Queen
And
comp,
also here,
Ashe.
you know, even though Saudi Arabia had an incredible first attack, first time around here in Nabani, they're not guaranteed to get point A. You can get held on point in Nabani.
Well, I
point
think
A
they're just gonna win a
pretty
team
easily.
fight.
You know,
It's gonna be the
first
same
time
thing. They're
around,
gonna go
Sana
coast.
got
We
picked
talked
off
about this
super
initially.
early. I think
Go
Sana's
coast. You
made
set up
some
during Queen high
adjustments
ground. They're
here,
gonna
so I
time
don't
this.
know
During
if
Queen's
we'll
gonna
see that
shout.
again.
Well,
and they're
gonna
gonna
try
dive
to
at the
take
same time.
angle too, because Quartz is going to play.
What's gonna
on
happen this
long
time though
sight
is
line
Finland's
here.
gonna disengage before they can even get that.
As the Ashe, and they're going
Last time they played really close and lost someone. This time they're actually backing away. So they're saying, hey, we'll give you the high ground this time, and then we're gonna try to maybe retake that. Unfortunately, though,
More defensive, however, while
Quartz
I was
gets
going on,
Quartz was down immediately, and there's no way they're gonna let that res happen.
Finland's down to support.
Wait, no!
Saudi Arabia
A huge
down.
pick, though.
The DPS
A huge
able to
pick.
get the res. Both teams getting res up, so back
They
up
actually got the res
5-5.
because they got that huge pick right
Put
away.
down a little bit more, had to concede a
Okay, now
little
Finland
space.
is in a unique spot.
However,
I was gonna say because they have some parts of the map, but then this gives Saudi Arabia the other part of the map.
Chases him down. Saudi
Just-
Arabia's
they're just gonna delay
very,
point.
very healthy here too.
They're just gonna
you
delay
take a
point.
look at this. This is looking like again a very good first attack from Saudi
Yep.
Arabia. And again, Hex, you think back to the last round, they didn't stop until point C. So if they do that again, we're going to a map 3.
What does Finland have?
Early
They have
on.
Echo Ult. They're gonna go
the
Echo
Ana
Ult, and they're
corner
probably
is,
gonna
like,
go.
kinda notorious on Nibani.
they're gonna go
Ana's almost
Junker
always set up in the same spot.
you can use your
so
shout.
hitting that shot early is critical. And then when you're able to take
This
up
is
the Ana
tough.
for the second
The
time,
Saudi
and
Arabia
there's
could
no
just
res,
lose this
not
fight
only does that hurt
outright
your team that there's no res,
and still
but
have
now
so many more
Moss has gotta
ults, 'cause
run
Finland
double
has to
duty
commit
trying
their
keep
ultimates.
everyone
They're gonna go
alive,
in and try to
whereas
get Junker
Saudi
Queen.
Arabia does
Like,
have
Echo's just
a
gonna dive Junker Queen.
significantly higher healing output. So 90 seconds
Because
left.
Queen will give you shout,
box
and that's
of
like the best
victory
hero
on
with
the ground.
survivability, but it also helps your team.
See what
Finland-
Sana ends up getting.
There's really, I mean, mate, you could, no, you want to go
Time
Kiriko.
remaining.
You could argue
He's
Kiriko
only
because you have a cleanse, but like,
Finland only needs 2
I'm more than
fights. Those two
I'm more than
fights will be
positive Sana's gonna
really,
dive
really hard to get
KSA
through.
here and then
Of
just
course,
go Junker
do I
Queen.
think they need to get this one here and now. Early hack on the KSA. Bob comes out from Quartz. Saudi Arabia probably gonna burn everything to try and do this here and now. Sana though into the back. Uses the duplicate. Ends up using Mercy. Ends up getting immediately ripped out of the dupe, so very low value. Yazan.
I
sent it
don't
to the
think
grave
that was
right
what
after.
they planned.
Meanwhile, the payload moving and moving. Finland not
Yeah.
gonna stop him this time.
Basically,
We're
the
going
reason
to
why you
map
have to
three.
go queen there is because you
It
have the
seems to be
shields,
the harbinger
the shout, so
of
you
a
can
fight
shout for your
loss is when
teammates to
you
give your
have
teammates a little bit of extra
duplicate
HP.
It happened to Saudi
But that was going to
Arabia,
be pretty much in Saudi Arabia's
in-
favor
in
because
the
they were going to build their
last
ultimates. They had the close
stage,
spawns.
and now it
Finland had to
happens.
make a play. It
I mean,
didn't go
obviously,
perfect,
like,
but guess
Echoes
what?
are
We got
just
a
like,
third
I gotta
map.
get out. I gotta try to get out alive.
We got a third
What really
map, and there's
happened
one
is
thing
the Bob came in at
that
a
I think
really
we
nice
both
angle,
can
and
agree on in
forced the
chat.
Echo around the corner to try
It's
to
a
make
good
play.
series.
Echo doesn't want to. Yeah, interesting play, and also no substitutions for Finland either. So both teams
It's
just
time.
rolling with the same rosters.
Yeah,
as
Chad, the
they
reason
did
why
in
you
round
have to
two.
kind of like keep
Yazan was
the reason why they
momentarily
have this comp being played a lot
course,
of time,
that's not
especially with
gonna
Vistola, is Vistola's one really, really
Because
good.
Yazan does not
Two,
like to be
Vistola's
on the
hero pool,
ground
especially when it
at
comes to
all,
playing
and
Diva.
will
If
be switching
if
over to the
Vistola
Echo.
needs to switch to Diva,
Yeah, it's one of
which
those things where
it's
Yazan
quite
had a
common
decent
against like the
profile.
rosters
Oh,
being
top
played here.
things I hate.
That's why you
The
make those
ground.
swaps.
Terra
All right, here we
firma.
go.
Not a
Map
fan.
3.
See picture of me
Winner
sky
takes this
high.
match.
But as
So we
said,
got the
Yazan
Ramatra
is
rush
in
comp
sky
versus the
once
poke
more, so
kind of queen comp.
Accurate to say the least. Vistola just getting.
They're gonna back
pummeled
away in a second. They're not
early
gonna push
on.
past this
Has to
wall.
block
It plays
the
into the
please,
Pharaoh's
please
favor,
heal me.
or the Echo's
Finland
favor,
in
excuse me.
general just getting beaten up poke-wise. KSA,
I would back.
holding
I,
that
you gotta.
poke.
You're gonna get
Already
rolled.
using Vistola. Oh,
You gotta
man,
give it a
there's
second. There you
hit
go.
Out for him right now. Still, Vistola able to back up, get healed on. Saudi Arabia not
Get your
able to
cooldowns back.
capitalize on
Yep.
what could have been an early advantage.
Oh, what a hinder.
Good
Yeah,
poker,
but
no, we're
oh,
back
yep.
into
There you go.
neutral. Is on the fine sauna, and that is the beginning of what could be some momentum here on push.
Good pull.
Yeah, I mean the sustain was there for. A
Yeah,
while,
so what
but
basically
Finland
happened
was
right
just
there, at least how
breaking
I see
through
it,
a nice
is
knife
was basically
from
played a
KSA.
little bit
Able
too
to
aggressive.
finish off,
After a certain
remainder
point,
of
like
the healing
you took the map
for
control, you
Finland.
need to then back
You
away
know,
and
it's gonna
try
be an
to
issue for Finland when
figure
they're
out if you
on
want to
this rush
basically
that if
play
you end up
bot, or if you want to
losing,
just keep the
you
high
got
ground
two
and kind of just
scoring,
like
you're
play this
just
like
in
game
trouble
of
because don't
we'll
have
have one
healing
push and we'll
anymore.
kind of play further back. But once they got the
Finland
free
was
pick on the
able to sustain
cast,
through a lot of that. It is
there's nothing you can do
something
about that. And it was a really good
just
follow up by the Durn Queen to get
Finland's
the knife pull.
20
So
meters though is interesting because you wonder if they're going to come back and try to push this maybe a person down just to not give up the lead. which
It's
is
okay to give up
so
the lead this
critical
early.
to Push.
Yeah,
It
I
is
think they're gonna be able to contest it.
totally okay to give up the lead this
Where
early.
they're at
Close.
Well, maybe they don't care. They
Nope.
don't care. They
There's no
realize,
point to try to
we
keep
want a
that
better
20-meter
fight.
lead
You know, if we
because
can
it's
only
you're
get
one
20
team
meters,
fight away or
we'll
team
lose
wipe away
anyway,
from
so
just basically
they
pushing it
just let
past
it
that.
be.
It's better to set up the way you
Dead
want to
Eye.
set up and then go for a
High
play
ground
after,
goes
which I
down,
mean, they
says,
made a
"I smell
perfect rush
tank
play there.
blood." Takes down KSA at the aid of Vistola. Deadeye here in the back. Looking at Yazan, who goes, wait a second, maybe I don't want to be here.
No!
Looking for
Got the
mercy,
res off!
mercy, look at
The hinder,
res.
the hinder!
Thumbs
Oh,
up.
nice.
Yes.
Wait, did that stop the ult or not? I can't tell. It didn't stop the ult.
Sana going to the back.
Oh,
They
no!
came up near the
Wait,
push
does that
point.
res give them the team fight? They do have their ult, though.
Yazan able to get Sana and still a threat.
Nice shot.
Loud. Gets Sermajev.
I want to say Finland has this.
From the icicle straight to the head. Blizzard ready to go. Looking for KSA once more. Won't be a res this time.
You could argue you don't want to May ult that, but I actually like the idea of them just making sure they win the team fight, because now they're going to get a pretty decent push. So I want to say about 40-something meters, maybe 50 meters, before Saudi Arabia can really contest this. What Saudi Arabia will want to contest it before it hits the checkpoint. It's going to be wondering, when you hit the checkpoint, you get the good spawns, and on top of that,
one of those heroes that you think
the bot will
is dead
stop
and
for a
the
second, then
sustain
after you get to the
kicks
first
in
one, the bot
so
runs right
hard.
by.
So some
So,
changes going to come in.
yeah, they're at about, what, 45 meters right now. They'll probably start to engage right about now. Maybe not. Quartz is low.
Some of these situations.
Okay, so 51
Yeah, I
meters.
mean, I think for KSA, anything to stay alive. Meanwhile, for Yazan, it's like, things are going bad. What do we need to do to win? Farah. Go Farah. The most comfort picks for Yazan.
See, and what's going to happen, though, is Vistola's going to be pretty comfortable with switching to Diva. Vistola has to,
the
yeah.
tank focus is unreal. Vistola finishes him off. The annihilation. Just a little bit too much pressure.
Huge
to deal
pick,
with.
though.
Yazan was able to get Masa as this is going on. Still potentially
The shot
trouble
fight.
fight, but
Wait a
not
second.
anymore. Sana
And they got the
clips
checkpoint.
Yazan's
So
wings,
you're going to see that
and Finland getting
Farah's going to
really
spawn up
valuable
immediately.
progress now.
For anybody who doesn't know how it works in push,
Should be able to get
if you
forward
ever spawn up
spawn here
immediately,
too,
so on
which
the
is critical, but
first time a
did
team
just
gets the
lose too, as
checkpoint,
Quartz comes in
you get
pretty
instant
big.
spawns. Which is why
Stola's
sometimes
gonna
you'll see
have to
teams win like a
hightail it out of
3v.
town.
You'll win the team fight, it'll be like 3v5, you'll be like, okay.
For Finland,
And then the team backs away, it's because you won't have the numbers advantage because the team can get back in time.
But you know, a push leads like this.
Said aim on time. Oh, yeah, 'cause of the lag?
Game at times. We'll see if Saudi Arabia though can have a good fight here. He is on
Wow.
over the top. Barrage
I could tell
immediately
Vistola had a
gets rid of
blast right
Vistola.
there.
And, you know,
I wouldn't doubt it
you're
if we
not
see a
gonna lose
Diva
tank
swap.
fight if you have a tank and the other team doesn't. Just,
well, I mean, you used a barrage, you got one, and you
Listen,
stayed
chat,
alive.
y'all
That's the
spam
checklist right
exclamation
there.
point
That
Diva
is
in my
a
chat all the
super
time.
successful barrage.
I'm telling you,
and
you
also,
swap
I
Diva
mean,
there
the target,
because that's the play.
Taking out the opposing tank is critical.
All right,
And
you
that
have
might lead
to.
to Saudi Arabia getting forward spawns. This
You
is
have
very
to.
back and forth, but it does seem like Finland wants to contest this before they give up forward spawn.
They absolutely should, and you know, part of that is gonna be if Cloud can just get the Blizzard up in time. Mixi though goes down, and yeah,
That's
they
all this
immediately
sustained.
Good
invest the
trades.
Blizzard.
Mercy can
They-
res
they
that.
get
Nope,
KSA
Sauna
down.
again.
Sauna gets
Honestly,
Baku.
really
No
good
more
picks by
lifeline
Sauna so
for
far
Yazan.
this
Sauna
match.
can just stay alive a little bit longer. Yazan though finishes him off. I think though Finland did enough damage overall that doesn't
Here's the
really
play.
matter. They're able to keep control. Able to
They're gonna have probably Masa end up taking over the bot. They're gonna wait for their teammates
Yeah, I mean,
as they push the
as soon
bot a
as
little
Mercy
bit, or
goes
maybe the
down, they're
Diva,
just
either
in
or.
trouble, and I'm
Masa
actually
can go
surprised
back
that
and
Yazan
taxi
was
him
able to
back.
live through that, surprised Vistol
And then
didn't
Vistola's
kind
gonna
of,
back away
take him
pretty
down.
soon just to make sure the cart gets
So,
there, or the bot,
really,
and they're gonna wait for everybody to get back because they don't have numbers, and they retake again now, as you're seeing. So that's why they stopped for a second.
KSA has gone back to the Junker Queen, really struggling on the tank play so far. Like, it just has been kind of bullied out no matter what he's played.
I mean, KSA just needs to find something that he won't die first on right now because Finland has been pressured.
what a boop.
Masuda went down first in this fight. They
Die in the
lose
bot.
ability to speed up, and KSA,
If Vistola dies in the
a little bit
bot,
of quick
this will at least
revenge
give them the
given by
opportunity.
Yazan.
Actually,
You know, you lose one
isn't the
person, that
spawns really long now, though?
Snowball as Finland.
Wait, they didn't get the checkpoint back. They'll spawn up in time.
It's just a mastery of the.
They're going to be able to speed boost back right now. And they don't really have to
excuse me,
necessarily
for
wait on Vistola if they
Yazan.
want to, but I think they will because they can
To
speed boost
jump
out of
on
spawn.
the back line
Vistola can
and
touch
watching
point.
the
Yeah, this
mortality
isn't going to
field
hit the
come down,
checkpoint
hit
yet.
a perfect concussive blast.
This
to
isn't hitting the
knock
checkpoint
out
yet. It's gonna be
people
right where
out
it's
of
at
the
right now.
mortality field, get the panic going.
Really have
and
their
try to
Farah
finish
out,
it
so
off. Just-
Vistola has to
it's
basically
just
sit in the
an
bot.
absolute mastery of the hero.
This is going to be really
The level
close.
I've almost never seen.
Another key fight coming up here. Kitsune rush from Majed early on, and again, you see
wait, the
early
window
barrage
pop and
just
Vistola has
uses it
ult.
to confirm a kill. It's exactly what you should be doing on Farah.
They popped
Saudi
2
Arabia
ultimates. I
giving
actually...
themselves a
Oh
big
no,
edge
the
here.
pick though onto
Very
the
close
BAP.
to equalizing 51-57. Yazan
Oh,
just
no.
stopping, finds Masa. Rocket after
Can't ult
rocket.
that.
Gonna be playing Vistola.
So if you watch Vistola right now, watch how quickly the spawn will be
Saudi Arabia's
in a
gonna
second.
take the lead
Actually,
here.
no, it
It's
won't
just
matter because
3
they're
minutes
just
and
going to get
40
it now.
seconds remaining.
Oh,
But
they
the spawn will
absolutely
pick up
are.
really
And now
quickly.
Quartz is going to play front and get this pressure
See.
in. There is going to be a
Yeah,
bomb
Sauna
here,
spawned
but
up
this,
immediately. Last night's rhyme. Thanks for the
they're
Prize,
tied right
appreciate
now,
it.
but this should be able to lock them in the lead.
Yeah, they're going to get the lead.
And Saudi Arabia has a legitimate chance to finish here if they don't get picked off early.
I don't think so.
Bob coming up from Port Saudi Arabia really wants
I think
to just
Finland
keep
has
up
good
momentum
ults.
here.
Wow, this
If
is-
They can beat down from Masa, well timed, save Sauna from dying.
Now we're seeing people go under the map.
Finland.
Oh, yeah, this is great.
Vistola holding on to the bomb. You know, if you're Finland, you want to be.
This is
economical
great.
here. You have a
Also,
long push to go the
wonderful
other
idea.
way.
Whoever's running that camera right now recognized that was not going to be bearable to watch that.
Meanwhile, Yazan
So they switched it to this camera because it's, at least you can like have a better view of this.
Uses the rampage. The Saudi Arabia, they don't want to.
And now it's fixed. They-
Sponso from Finland are coming right back in here. Hex
I was
and
gonna
Lucas
say if they
becoming
carnage
a
you, you're
very scrappy
yeah, that's
fight.
worth it though. I'm
Yeah, now
okay
that
with
Saudi
that
Arabia
ultimate.
has the lead,
Okay, here's what
they
needs to happen.
Switch over to a Sombra
Here's what
too,
needs to
which
happen.
is kind of an interesting pick.
I
It allows
think
you to kind of just take these fights wherever.
You're
to
the
maybe
only
get some
streamer
back
I'm
pressure
sub
to just
to.
put pressure
You're the
on
best.
to the payload,
Calamity, thanks for the 3 months. I'm
with
glad you enjoyed.
being
Thank you
up
for the 3
20
months. I
meters,
appreciate it.
You kind of just want to stall. You're
I
fighting
think
clock.
what's going to happen here is
Yeah,
Sombra's going to kind of
Saudi
either
Arabia,
EMP
you're okay
aggressively or they're going
losing
to
a
just sit
fight
there and
so
wait to
long
hack
as
the
it
Farah
takes
right
a
away.
long time. You know, it's going to take Finland
Let me
at
see.
least 2 fights in all likelihood.
'Cause they know Queen doesn't
to
have-
bring this
oh.
back. So you can lose this fight. Just
Hack
make it
Mercy or
take a
Farah?
long time. But of course, winning the fight would be better.
Oh, what a pick!
Sana though gets Majed
4
early.
HP.
It's huge.
Yeah, that's really rough.
Wait, they're going to go for the res. I'm going
now
to say they
there's
shouted.
almost no healing on the ground.
There's no
They're
shout
gonna
now.
get
They can go for the-
resurrection, though. But it does mean that.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no
he goes
shout.
down.
Yeah,
Sauna is popping off this game, by the way.
Finland's been doing a really good job of.
I know you're not seeing Sauna get like 5 limbs on the kill feed, but every pick Sauna has gotten during this game has been extremely important.
In a lot of situations, but Finland.
Am I
they get
using the
fight they
Wi-Fi
need.
here?
They're
No,
really
this
forced
is
fight.
like on the production
Not
side
a
of this.
huge
This isn't on mine.
edge all
See how
into
my
the
camera's
next
not
fight.
lagging?
I mean, the big thing is going to be EMP. You know, if the EMP can set up the barrage is the number one.
This
thing,
is not
but
me.
Finland can also set the tempo with the nano.
That on is dead in a second.
Now,
See you later.
yeah,
Oh, wait, no.
worried.
Yeah, you're dead.
Oh
The movement
boy,
is
he
just
doesn't miss
so
these too often.
excellent.
Looking for Mickey.
Wait!
No,
Wait a
way,
second,
he's
what?
alive! How is Mickey alive? No, not anymore.
Wait, but they got a pick on Mercy.
Both teams have support. Yazan running for his like 9 HP. Yazan's alive.
But
How
out of the
in
fight.
But Yazan's also very far out.
I was gonna say out of the fight.
That is still going on. Meanwhile,
It's okay to
Pistola,
give up
I
the
think,
bot
was
timing?
hunting for Yazan,
Pause.
and what turned out to be-
Oh, it's
and
on
ends up
pause.
Getting the kill. So
It's
been
on
kinda
pause,
crazy.
chat. It's
Up
time.
20 meters and in control of the cart is Saudi Arabia or the robot. And yeah, see how this
Here
one
we
goes
go.
down. We're only 40 seconds left. A single one fight from Saudi Arabia could close out this
Pistola
series.
has ult
Saudi
soon.
Arabia just needs
Still a
one.
Pharaoh ult
Finland
and Junker
needs
Queen ultimate. So
one
basically what has to happen
change
now
here,
is
depending on
Finland needs to
how
basically
this
camp
pans out. Probably closer
like
to
the
at this
Pharaoh ult
point,
or the
Yazan
Junker Queen
getting
ultimate.
support.
Huge
Meanwhile,
pick on
Pistola
Mercy
says, "I
again.
hate Mercy."
Yeah, I'll see you
Kill
later,
Mercy.
Anna.
Kills Mercy with the aid of
Wait!
Vinci. Meanwhile,
But what?
Yazan
Wait, what a
says, "I don't need
trade!
lifeline."
Oh, what
Life
an
for
ult!
life once
It's a
more.
3v3
Takes down
though.
both supports on his own.
It's a
A
3v3.
solo mission successful, and Finland now desperately.
But
without
Anna getting
heals.
2 there was such a good opportunity.
Pistol, though, moving on forward.
Pistola's gonna get
Finland
DMAC'd.
can't really back out a whole lot here. 10 seconds left to go. Yazan, the threat yet to be dealt with, gets Pistola, doesn't let him
I think
remake.
the team
This
played too
could
aggressive.
be the end for Finland as Yazan cannot be stopped.
Oh
I
my!
mean, generally, D.Va's a really solid counter to the Pharah, but Yazan is really good at cleaning up these DMEC pilot divas. Like
Wait,
it's
let me
been
see
happening all series.
I think there's still time
Masa
for Finland to
is
touch the
trying
point now. I think
desperately keep his team alive and up into this.
How long can they delay is the question here. Finland is scattered. Masa just
Oh,
gets
wow,
crunched,
what a game.
And that is it. Saudi Arabia
I mean,
pulls it on out.
There is no
But you gotta
way.
say here, Hex,
Like
Finland
that was
gave
such a
them
good
one
game.
heck of a fight.
What
and
a
it was
series!
just
You know
great
what really
Overwatch across
like
the board.
really
Yeah, it always
shined
comes
here
down
during
to,
these
like,
matches
one or
too?
two fights, and I think it was
Some really
one of the last
amazing
times,
like
and
team,
Masa
like both
sometimes will
amazing
end up winning
teamwork
these, but-
and like
so Yazan
amazing
went to dive
like
the Ana
individual
again,
plays too.
as
Like right
always,
there,
You know, after the Ana killed his Mercy, and then he went to get revenge.
like if
you know,
Yazan
Montoya
doesn't
style, goes in there,
use
takes down the Mercy, and then
Pharaoh
for
ult and get the
whatever reason,
Lucio,
as
I
Yazan
actually
is
think
on
Finland can win
Megapack,
that. Instead,
Masa just comes
makes a
rolling through the
huge
door as
play
Lucio.
onto the
And, like, that's
Lucio.
the second, like, it just made no
Lucio
sense,
can't
and
use-
There were so many times Masa
like
died,
the Ana
he
pick was
like
great
2
to begin
feet
with,
away
right?
from Yazan.
But Ana
It's
already
like,
kind of
how
made
you
that
have
trade
to
worth
play
it for a
this
second by
as
getting
Lucio
2
if you wanna
limps.
try to get some damage,
The
but
only
he
way
comes in
that
late,
Saudi
and
Arabia can
Lucio's
actually
not
contest
allowed
that
to
fight
see the rest of
is
his
to
team
trade
back,
and make it a
revenge whatever
3v3.
heals, and then that
But
ends
to
up being a
trade on the
one-sided
Lucio
fight,
who has
and
beat,
so
who can then
the
keep
Diva
that team
can't go
fight
in,
going
and
while the
Yazan
Ana
still
comes back
has
as like
free reign, but,
Kiriko or Moira.
you know, we talked about a little bit of
That
meta
is like
coming
a
into
10 meter.
today, and I
Finland
was
takes like a
man, I
10
think we're
meters
gonna
there.
see some
And then it comes down to
power
one
and
last
Mercy
team fight on
because some
point with like
teams, you know, have
EMP coming for
specialists
Finland.
and
So
like that, but I
what a
didn't
game.
expect
And
to
I think
see
there's a, I mean, we have to watch how the rest of the
90%
matches are going to go in that
match
group,
Farah
but
Mercy. I guess there was Echo. I'm counting Echo
Finland
in
and
the Farah
Saudi
family.
Arabia look like
But
some
yes,
really good teams.